Okay, Maria, thank you so much for catching me up on your month. It's been a while.
Yeah,
You've
it has been.
accomplished that. I like that you gave me your lowdown already. It seems like you were eager to share the wonderful success you've had at going to church, which we talked about as a goal. And you've gone how many times?
3 times.
Three out of four. That's exactly what we said, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That shows real strength and positive growth. Were you able to go to the women's group afterward?
Yes, I did. But they are meeting at night instead, and so
Ah.
I'm not going to be able to go to that.
How do you feel about that?
Um, it's okay. I've been in Bible study before, and
Okay.
you know,
Have,
I could go if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. What's the point? I'm like,
well, the point is, you said you enjoyed the Bible study that you used to go to, right?
yeah, but it's different women now.
Okay. Does that necessarily mean they're worse women?
Well, they don't. I know it's not obvious,
Mm-hmm.
but I am of Hispanic descent.
Yeah.
And this church is just all rich white people.
Okay. So this is not the church for you, you're feeling, even though you've gone 3 times and met some of the parishioners?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go further. We live in a nice neighborhood and it's a nice church, and so the people who go there are nice, which means that they have money, which means they are not immigrants, which means they don't have anything in common with me.
It sounds to me like you're feeling kind of like out of place in your own community.
Yeah, but it isn't my community. If it were up to me, I would be living,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in a different area where there were more Latinos.
And we're living there because of your husband's work, you
Right,
mentioned. Okay.
right.
Well, while you may not feel completely a part of it, you should understand that that is your community. You know, you live there, you have a right to be there just like everybody else, right?
Yeah,
Um,
but it
have
doesn't
you
mean I have to expose myself to nasty people.
absolutely not? Did you encounter nastiness?
No, but I just wasn't included.
Okay.
Like after church, there's like a coffee clutch, and me and my husband sat in the corner by ourselves.
Mhm.
Nobody came up to us to say hello.
Did you possibly try to reach out and say hi to someone while you were getting a refill?
No,
No?
because in they should be reaching out to me.
What?
I'm the newcomer to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Why, if it were the kind of church I want to belong to, there would be somebody who would be waiting for the newcomer. And
That sounds very reasonable. And you seem like you're really frustrated and you feel like the church really let you down and not making you feel welcome.
right, and it just isn't fair. It isn't fair that I always end up being on the outside.
No, that's not fair at all, and we're changing that together, correct? Have you thought about the different church in the area? Is there one you can attend?
I don't know.
One you may have been. You had said you had gone to a church previously.
Yeah, but that was when I was living at someplace the when I was living over near where my parents live.
How much of a drive is that?
Good 30 minutes.
Okay. Does that sound like you could make a 30-minute drive on a Sunday?
I don't know. I
All right.
don't know.
Well, let's bookmark that. That's something to check about. I think the thing I want us to focus on here is that you set the goal of going to that church 3 times, and then you did it. And you stayed after, and your husband supported you. So while this may not be the church for you, I want to give you a round of applause for doing the right thing for yourself. How do you feel about accomplishing that? The church is a disappointment, but what about yourself?
I feel good that I did it,
Yeah.
but I also feel really sad that I was an outcast. What's wrong with me? Why don't people like me?
Have you thought possibly that other people feel shy and outsider too?
Yeah, but That still doesn't make it right for me to.
You seem really reluctant to reach out. Maybe it's the church environment. You had also mentioned that you wanted to go to the community garden a total of 6 times in the month and talk to someone. How did that go for you?
I didn't go.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, the first day I was planning on going, it was really raining. And it seemed to be, I don't want to stand out there in the rain. And to be frank, I don't like leaving the house without my husband.
Okay. You hadn't mentioned that before. What does it feel like when you leave the house without your husband?
Like part of me is missing.
Is it you miss him, like you long
I
for
don't feel
his.
safe.
You don't feel safe?
No.
Has something happened to you?
Lots of things have happened to me.
Have you been attacked in public without your husband?
When I was younger, yeah.
Okay.
Not in public.
Well, that you don't have to go into all the details if you want, but that wasn't this area, right? And that wasn't this garden.
No, but it could happen. It could happen here easily. I'm on this neighborhood app, and every day there's somebody reporting that something negative is going on.
How do you feel when you read this stuff in the neighborhood app?
Scared.
Do you think the app is helping you? Is it making you feel more comfortable in your own neighborhood?
No, but like we needed salt for the water softener.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a woman that was offering free salt. She had somehow gotten 50 bags of it.
Oh, wow.
And so my husband and I went over there and got, free bags of salt.
So it's been useful for you in that way.
Yeah.
But when you read these...
They're all fascists.
I'm sorry, who are they and why?
It just seems like the people who have the loudest voice in the neighborhood app are the people who are talking about how awful it is that the neighborhood is becoming more brown.
Okay. Well, to me, that sounds like an unhealthy app for you to engage with. How do you feel when I suggest not using that app? Would you really miss anything? The salt, right?
The salt, the opportunities. I guess I could limit my time on it. Maybe go on it once a week instead of...
Okay. Once a week for how long?
30 minutes.
Okay, so let's make that a goal. Let's reduce your usage of the neighborhood app to once a week for 30 minutes. And we'll explore how that's helping maybe that app is actually feeding your fear and agitation of going to the garden. So if we reduce the amount of exposure to that, it may be that you become more comfortable and more willing to try the experiment of going to the garden. It might be that app is making you anxious in itself. Does that sound possible?
The app is just a small part of it, but yeah.
But small goals are still good goals, right?
Right.
So we can do that, right? We can reduce the app and let's see if that helps the garden. I'm sorry, it seems like you had something you wanted to say.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, that's okay. It'll come back. That happens to me all the time. Do you want to talk about going to your other church and setting that as a goal, or is it too soon for that? Do we need to sort of pull back?
I think, if not using the app, if that takes me to the community garden, that's a lot.
Okay, so we've established that you want to use the app only once a week for a half hour at a time, and try to avoid upsetting stories if you can. Right? You're more interested in the benefits, right?
Right.
So that's goal number one. Goal number two then would be, in that state of reduced agitation, to maybe try going to the garden. Could we say try maybe once during this month? And it could even be on a day maybe where your husband could go with you.
Yeah, you could do that.
And since last time, the social part, you felt hurt because no one reached out to you. You know, it is possible to be present and to participate in quiet ways, you know. Maybe we need to work up to personal to person interaction, but while you're there, maybe notice a flower or pick a certain plant that you want to work with, you know. Make a connection, not with another person, but with a plant or a feeling that you're feeling there. Find that positive connection, and maybe we can nourish that like another plant in the garden, and it would be a real community garden that way, yeah?
I guess.
Well, I really appreciate your time. Before I stop, is there anything else you wanted to talk about today?
No.
Okay, great. Then we'll check in next time and see how things are progressing. Thank you so much for being so strong. And congratulations on going to church. Also, I would like you to extend my thanks to your husband for supporting you like that. That was great.
He's always there for me.
Good. And you're there for you now too. And I'm here for you. So I think we're going to make it. All right. See you next time.
All right.